Para nako, aside sa gibansagan siya national hero, si Rizal is maayo na siyang manunulat. Pamaagi sa iyahang pagka-bright, gigamit niya og ayo. Sa iya daghan siyang gipangbilin sa atong makatunan hantud karon. Og tungod sa niya naka-gain ta og freedom karon. So, para nako, the best siya nga hero.
So for me, Rizal is a good example as aside from a hero, he is considered as our father, trying to protect the country itself. So in my opinion, he's also like someone who is secretive and isn't really not on the violent side of protecting the country itself. So he has his own reasons, and at the same time he's using his wits, not just a hero, but as someone who is wise enough to know and protect the country itself.
Dr.Jose Rizal was known as Popoy when he was young, and his first teacher was Doña Tudora. Doña Tudora saw his uniqueness when she told Popoy a story about the moth, the stubborn moth, and Dr. Jose Rizal pictured himself as the man who was willing to die for the beautiful fire, which is known as the culture Philippines.
Idol ko siya sa paggawa ng mga tula na malalalim at nagbibigay ng simbolo sa Pilipinas.
Si Rizal, unang-una siya ang ating pambansang bayani. Pinakita niya sa atin na yung pwede tayong lumaban na kahit walang dahas yung pamamagitan lang ng intellectual.
So as far as education, is very focused on the importance of education. Well concerned about the situation of our country with respect to a very good condition of political aspects.
Si Jose Rizal ay isang bayani, doktor at manunulat.
Para nako, ang pinaka-the best nga lesson nga nakatunan nako niya is kanang nagbilin siya mga salawikain, basta mga sayings nga nakatabang nato makamata sa kamatuoran. O pamaagi ana, daghan siyang na-inspire.
So the lesson that I've learned from Rizal is that he was able to save his fellow countrymen, by releasing his novels itself. He wasn't really particularly on the brute strength itself, but on his wits and his strategy. With his strategy, he was able to ask help, and with this help, it also risks his life, which leads him to his death. So for me, the lesson that I've really learned is his courage and his bravery from saving his fellow countrymen to be exact.
Iyang pagkamaayo, pagkamatinabangon sa atuang nasod.
Para nako, ang pinaka-the best nga na-contribute niya diri sa atong nasod is katong duha niya ka novel, katong Noli Me Tangere og El Filibusterismo. Sa katong duha ka novel, ginarrate niya tanan-tanang mga panghitabo gikan pa sa una hantud karon. Murag silbing motoy silbing guide natong mga Pinoy. So, sa mga tula nga iyang gipangbilin sa ato mga salawikain, quotes, isa po to sa nakatabang sa atong nasod aron usasad sa nakatabang nato para makamata og ayo sa kamatuoran. Og katong iyang gipangingon sa una na silbing lesson na nato to, og ka ng post og nagsilbi sad natong inspirasyon sa atong kinabuhi.
Rizal's greatest contribution, firstly, from our country is that we were able to realize his works by trying to identify different types of people according to his novels, nature of every people itself, and the environment that we are living in, and to the world itself, to the point that Rizal's works influences us in a way that even from another people from another country are really interested to learn from it, and they were able to also learn Rizal's life itself, and somehow it's really proud. I'm really but I'm really proud that such an amazing work would exist, and not only just us fellow Filipinos were able to realize the importance of his works and his sacrifices, but also from another country as well.
Do you have any ideas on what problems that the Philippines are facing right now in relevance to Rizal?
Well, one of the problems that the Philippines might be facing right now is actually the problem on education. Why education? Simply because Rizal's ideas on education are both relevant to the Philippines then and until now, as in what he believes that it would help, or education would rather help all people, and it would help them, bring them to greater prosperity and lead them to the right direction in their life, especially to the younger ones, in which education is really important or vital in their lives, as it would be the stepping stone or the root of which the path they are about to take in their future lives.
Si Rizal pinaagi sa iyang mga gipangsulat nga mga nobela o tula.
Oo, importante.
To be honest, Rizal's work is getting less and less relevant as the time passes by in the present times. So, not all people actually study Rizal's life and works wholeheartedly, but they are just forced to work if it is required in school itself. So it's like a real talk. I don't want to lie, but it actually, for people, it's like they just treated it as a subject, not something that they should wholeheartedly claim as their nature or the history that they come from. So for me, no, it's getting less and less relevant. So I guess it's like the history itself is erasing or trying to vanish in present times.
O importante.
Oo, importante. Pamaagi sa iyang mga kasulatan ug mga gipanghimo nga nagbilin sa ato og mga lessons nga atong makatunan hantud karon.
So same as the previous question, it's getting less and less relevant. So I'm thinking that in the next 50 years, it'll get actually less and less significant to people as it's repetitive, and people would think, oh, it just exists because the school teaches it. Like no one will, in the next 50 years, no one will really like, they will only believe its existence itself, but not that they are not interested, but they just have to memorize the story itself. And I do hope the educational system will find a way to make the story or lesson of Rizal interesting. So I do hope that in the next 50 years they will find a way to explain the life of Rizal, not just in a traditional way that we are trying to learn as of these days, but in a unique manner wherein people take interest of it and will try to realize that they themselves would try to get the idea that they should learn history itself.
Okay, siya man ang atuang national hero